Generic greetings and welcome back once again to another chill session on MewnBase, where in the previous episode we got a car, a buggy, a vehicle, a transportation solution system, a motor, whatever you want to call it. It is here and we can actually get in and drive the thing, which means we can then obviously go a lot further with our cat and explore around. And speaking of exploring, that's what we'll be doing shortly. However, I want to make sure that the base is all in sort of tip-top order. If we look at our power, we can see we've got 2 batteries, 2 solar panels, 1 wind turbine, and 2 generators, one of which is actually functioning. When it's in the daytime, the base is pretty much fully powered by just those things. Let's go over and actually have something to eat because, well, as you can see, we were a bit hungry, and I think what we'll do is jump in this and see where we can go. I think down this location here will probably be the first port of call. My objective is to find loads more items to research, so as you can see, just going fairly quick, and already after just a couple of seconds we've managed to get to a stage where we've not actually been here before. Now obviously we could also do some mining and such, but my primary objective is to look for these things. These are our little artifacts which we can then mine. What I'm going to do is open up this. We have to go to the back of it, I think. Hang on, like that, and in the trailer we will put in that and then continue on, because as I said, the whole objective is to apparently disconnect the trailer. That would be problematic if I was to leave the trailer, but that should be now hooked up. Hang on, I'll tell you what, I'll get out of that and then hook it up and then get back in. There we go. So continuing on, like I said, trying to find a lot of these artifacts. There's another one there, so already really quickly we've managed to get 2 of them. I'd like to come back with, well, several, but you know, it's just basically as many as we can possibly get is the overall goal. Also, perhaps maybe stopping for some, I don't know, maybe stopping for some of these like roots and stuff up the top, because we know we are going to have to make some more food eventually. So, well, there's 3 of the artifacts already, so it's already been worth it coming out here. Lots of scrap around this area as well, which is obviously to be expected. And also it's quite rocky. That's another thing as well. We can, if we wanted to, make a... We can make like, oh, there's another artifact. We can also make like a big digger thing, which on the front it has these chompers, for the lack of a better term, that will very easily go through pretty much all of this rock. But that's a more advanced thing. It will require more mortars and you know, all of that. Just picking up some of these blue items, these for the batteries as well, and just stopping where we can. Looks like I nearly ran myself over, which would be suboptimal to say the least. Probably going to go back now, because if we're looking at the oxygen, we can see it is running a little bit low. So heading up the top here, I would very much like to stop for some of this stuff, and I'm actually going to stop and risk picking this thing up here. So we'll have to grab this. I'm going to probably eat that meal and then go here, put that back, and then get in. And you can see obviously now we have lighting as well on this, and just to make sure we are going roughly in the right direction, which we are. Going to be a fairly close call here. I think we may even start to lose some health, but we're just going to quickly jump out. Base is losing oxygen, which is not what we wanted, because we are wanting oxygen ourselves, and there we go. So it looks like we have full batteries. You can see on the left hand side there, both batteries are completely full, and the oxygen generator is functioning as well. So we'll open this up and we're going to go ahead and start to research. That is 5 artifacts in total, which is more than I ever actually thought we'd get, so that is pretty good. Back inside here, and I think I'll probably put in some firewood just to make sure that we don't drain all of those batteries completely in the night, obviously with this going on, and probably want to start crafting some more of those as well. We don't want to drain the batteries to complete empty, you know. We currently have over 1,000 energy, so it's not too much of an issue. In terms of our options for chemicals, do we need that? I'm not too sure. I'm not really too sure what we actually need. I mean, I would like an RTG, but that also requires some research, which we currently don't have. We need 15 samples in total for an RTG. Also, there's farming there as well, which is for rain collector, water spigot, water supply, and for a greenhouse as well. So that is also an option. Doing that, however, will require a fairly big expansion of the base, so we'll have to look at that sort of in due course there. In terms of food, we probably want to craft some more. We've got things like plant slop, we've got a hearty meal here, which requires plants and roots, and also some root stew. So actually, of all the things that we have, we're actually running out on... So I'll just turn on the torch here, and I think, yeah, we're running out of some of the organic, unless we've got some in our organic box. Actually, we do have some in the organic box. We have the fruit and we have the plants, but I want some of the roots, so we'll have a look around for those. I don't think we'll be able to find it in the dark, because it's just really difficult to do so. In fact, what I'll probably do is jump back in the vehicle and have a little rummage around. Why not? Let's go probably over to the right-hand side this time. It's day 13 there, so we're... coming close to halfway on this one. You can see in terms of the battery power, we're on about a quarter of what we can possibly store there, and just cleaning up these solar panels. You can see we've got dirt on them, so it gets loads of dirt and sand on it, and we have to clean those up. So there we are. Just going to pick these up here. We're going to pick these up here. You can see there's also some more frozen water around, otherwise known as ice, and it is ready for collection, but I don't think we'll do it just yet. Looks like that artifact is sorted, so I'll open up this. We'll take out 2 of those artifacts actually, and then I'll run up and put that in there. But that should give us some research points. So there is like some treats there. So artifact 14, we'll say continue, and we'll put another artifact in there. 2 minutes for that to sort out, and oh, looks like somewhat ironically, the oxygen generator, or I think it's called the recycler or whatever, that was actually leaking, so glad we fixed that. You can see the battery level is increasing because of the solar power, I'm guessing. Let's go ahead and have a quick look at root vegetables. Where's the best place for them? Probably going to go up the top here. I'm just going to jump in this car, and looks like I've actually hit that, and then we'll go up. So going to look for these roots. Actually, the roots, do they only occur in the sort of mud bit? They might only occur in the mud bit. What I'll do is I'll go up here, because I know there's some mud that yep, there we go. We've immediately bumped into one of them, which is good. So we'll just pick up those, and then we'll get this root vegetable. There's 2 of them there. I'd like to come back with a little bit more than that. So just having a little drive around. There's another one, and obviously we'll pick these up, and that'll allow us to make some nice root stew. The current economy is... Oh, there's another artifact. So I'll open that up and place that artifact back. As soon as you get a car in the game, it's immediately easier to do pretty much anything. And I would recommend going immediately for... Once you've got the car, wow, straight away, there's another one. As soon as you've got the car, get this transport on the back, get this trailer, because, you know, you get so much more storage off it than just what you can carry personally. It's just so worth it. And there's another one here as well. Obviously, you have to take care you don't smash into something and break not just the car but yourself. But you know, I guess life imitates art on that one, or maybe the other way around. Let's just, I've got a seed there as well, so we can potentially grow these. Anyway, we've got 11, so that's more than enough for our needs. I think I'm also going to pick up, while I'm here, a couple of these, because I think each of the recipes requires 1. So, oh look, there's a root actually there as well. So it doesn't look like it only grows in the mud, it just seems to favour it. I don't know if that's just happenstance, luck, or whatever. But we're going to get back in there, and I think we'll head back to the base, obviously taking a... Oh, I can't believe I went all the way around there. Fair enough. I'm just going to head this way, just in case we bump into another artifact, which is possible, but looks like we haven't found one there. We can go over some of these, so you can see I've managed to drive over that wood there. I think it does actually... Does it slow you down, or does it do something? I don't know. But these big rocks we can't, so there you are. In terms of fuel, we can see that on the right-hand side there, we are not low, but we're not incredibly high up on fuel anyway. So I'm just going to leave it there to refuel. Looks like there's another treat there, so we'll go to continue, and we may have to... I may have broken that by ramming into it. Anyway, it's going to go down to put in the seed there, and also I want to go back here, pick up one of those, and then continue on with the research. There is now a total of 10 research points. I'm tempted to go for an RTG before we go for farming because we're able to pick up a lot of the items around us anyway, and we're getting the seeds for that. Farming is something that we can do later on, so I think we'll go for the RTG. You also get a lightning collector and large batteries. I would like to get the large batteries, but I don't know what we're going to do with the smaller ones there. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the generator. Obviously, you don't want to waste all of that battery power. Well, I think it will actually drain completely because we're not only fueling up the car but also researching there as well. Let's go and create some hearty meals here, and we'll create as many as we possibly can. There's no reason why we pretty much just can't use all of these resources up, as long as they're stacked to a total of 10, which I'm hoping they're stacked to more than that, which they do. So there we go, and we've actually used loads of those resources, so we've got 2 slots left, and you can see that completely fills us up, and we've also got some more space remaining there, and that's pretty much it. Excellent. Okay, so happy with that. Right, we're going to go ahead and start to gather some. We got 40 metal plates, but no of the girders, and I think we need some of those. So I'm going to head out with my shovel, and I'm going to start collecting some of this ore. The ore should have been placed around here, which is good, so I'm not going to bother with any of the scrap. Not taking the car either, because there's a lot of resources near us, and well, that's also charging up as well, so it's not a, I don't think it's a car problem. I'm going to go with the Mark 1 locomotion, which in this case are legs. But we're on 2 rather than 4, even though it's a cat. But there you are. If we start to question that, we start to question our entire existence in the game, which I think we will probably try to avoid. So, looking around, can't see any more of this ore, although I think there's some up there. Yeah, there's loads more ore up the top. So we will run back up the top. Just going to check, yeah, suit power is quite low. Not that it matters, because we're not currently using any of that. Looks like day 15 there, 18 days left, and our oxygen is also not low, but it's fine. It's just over half, so more than enough for us to gather all of this ore around here. We've currently got 13 ore and increasing. You generally get 1 or 2 off each one. There's 1 off that one. There's 1 off that one. 1 off that one. Making a liar out of me, apparently you only get the 1. I'm sure you get a couple more. Oh, there's a big field of ore. So once we've done this, we'll head back, I think. So 1. No, it looks like we're only getting... Oh, +2, I think. 1 off that one. No, looks like you only get the 1 off. I thought you... I genuinely thought you got sometimes more than 1. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's 2 off there. So it seems to trend more towards the 1, and you just might get lucky with the other stuff. So there you are. Anyway, there's 27 ore, which is fine. I'll start heading back to the base and see what's happening down there. Am I heading? Yeah, I'm heading in the right direction. Completely diagonal is sufficient. I mean, we could probably just pick up some of this rubbish as well, just to say we're keeping the place nice and tidy. I don't know what calamity has occurred to cause a lot of scrap around here, or maybe this place was just the galaxy rubbish yard, so who knows. Anyway, the car should be charged up. This will be sorted. I'm just going to open up our organic box there to place in that mushroom seed, because we don't currently need it. We'll take out another artifact, and we've now got a fishbowl, artifact number 6 there. So we'll say continue, start the research on the other one, and now we are going to research the RTG. And while I'm here, I'll open that up. I'll take both the radioactive ore and the metal beams. I'm going to probably place the... I'll actually do something other than stay outside, because it's going to get a bit problematic. So I want to make an RTG, and that is going to be made in the fabricator, which is over on the far left here. So we'll open that up. This is, oh sorry, construction yard. See, the RTG requires 2 electronics, which we actually have. But I actually need to make... Oh, where is it? Will it be in the smelter? Yes, there we go. I need to make the nuclear fuel. And you need 2 nuclear fuel, and each one requires 3 of the radioactive ore. So I'm going to go ahead and just start mining away. I'll put the metal beams back. I'll take the electronics because I need them, and then I'm probably going to put the wire in there and take the rocks because I want the rocks to stack. I don't actually need the rocks per se, but what I want, well, what I don't want rather, is just loads of rocks scattered everywhere across the surface of this place, because it'll just look a little bit unsightly. I mean, to be fair, it looks like a early 2000s shooter with the colour scheme of just brown, but there you are. Let's just continue on mining away there. Today's beverage is green tea. And there we go. Oh, that's actually a nice bit of luck there for us. There's 2 radioactive ores. And pick those up, and then we'll head back. And that should be us. Finished for an RTG, I think. So over to the smelter, and we will say craft that one there. We're going to go down to this and place in the rock. We're going to go up to the back of the car and once again take out one of these artifacts, because this one is almost finished. And there we go. There's the food bowl with some food in it. Artifact number 2. We'll say continue and then continue on with that research. And I'll be able to pick that up and then fabricate an RTG. And there we go. So RTG generates power through radioactive decay, and it means that basically we can shove it, well, I'm going to place it probably there, and that should just provide us with almost enough power for the base. Well, certainly enough power for the base at the moment with our storage and such. Going to double check to see what a battery would take. A bigger battery. Oh, that is clever. So, the bigger battery... That's bad. That's oxygen low. There we go, and you can see my health actually went down. So, eat that. Don't think our health is going to increase massively, but there you are. So, my oxygen went to low there. Yeah, I like that. So we can see that to create the large battery, a bigger battery module requires 2 battery cells, 1 electronics, and importantly, a standard battery. So the original batteries that we make are no longer just like redundant, which I very, very much appreciate. I don't like it when you just have the others as waste. I like the way we can sort of recycle them. So we need the wiring and some scrap metal because we need to create... Let's see what exactly we need. We need some battery cells as well, which requires copper wire and chemicals. So I've got the water on my person, but I don't have the organic blue shrooms. I also don't have the wire, so I'm going to pick those up. While I'm over here, I'm going to set the smelter on the go to create some metal plates. We've only got 38. And there's 2 of those. Each one of these will create a chemical, and you need 1 chemical for the battery cells. So we'll craft 1, and then we also need some copper wire, which shouldn't be a big problem because we've got the capability. Let's just create a big stack of those there, and then 2 battery cells. We also have now got artifact number 10, 5 research points, a scratching pole there, and I want to make sure we make some electronics. I can't remember exactly how many electronics is required, but we will see. Let's just go ahead and say large battery. Yep, so that's fine. So we can create a large battery. I'm going to remove this small battery, which sadly I'm not able to pick it up, but I should be able to drop something. Start crafting that large battery. You can see that's now all arcing and sparking. This is also slightly problematic. Let's just do that. Fix the issue there, and that's a large battery, and we'll place a large battery in there. And we'll probably do the same again, but I think what we'll do is just keep on crafting and go ahead and I think get another one of these artifacts. Might as well continue on with that whole research thing, and there we are. So the large battery is now in play. Yeah, we can see that's done. We also have, like I say, wind turbine, 2 solar panels, and the RTG. They're all connected up. Everything's all sorted there. These generators, what I'll probably do is expand the base to the left-hand side, and I'll move these to up the top here, out of the way. Probably only have the one just as like emergency there will be backup generators. We're now trying to just run sort of as energy efficient as possible. And is my torch still on? It is still on. Keep doing that. No real big problem there. So in terms of research, we've got 10 research points. We could go for food production. We've also got our navigation, which gives us a long-range line so we know how to get back. We've also got a Mark II suit, which is very, very good indeed. A recycler, which is scraps metal for chunks of refined scrap. And then we've also got the advanced modules, which we have auto airlock, med bay, repair drone, auto crafter, and powered rain collector. Collects rainwater and automatically pumps it into a base's water supply. I think we are going to go for a food production here because I want to repair that, and I want to probably start to think about maybe crafting some more base. Just extend the base. So I'd like a rainwater. I would like a water supply, but I'm going to create a couple of the habitation modules, probably 4 of them, because we're just going to expand it, and then each one of those you need anywhere. We will open up the back of this and take out our last artifact, or at least last one that we have at the moment. 10 seconds for that to be completed there. I was going to say go further along, but what's the point? By the time we get there and back, might as well just have waited. And research, little cap bed there, artifact 15, and then finally we'll go for the research on that one. So that is pretty good. We're going to pick up that. I'm going to pick up the crafting station, and then I'm going to put it a little bit further down to there. I'm going to place in 1, 2... cancel the placement, pick up those, so 3 and then 4, which won't be placeable at the moment, but we're going to go 1, 2 and then 3, 4. So there is our base massively extended, and I'm going to move those generators as well, but I need to obviously craft 1, 2 more. One of these is going to be a rainwater supply, or water supply rather, so we need a conduit for that. So I think we can craft a conduit from here. We will craft one of those, pick that up, and then we'll go for a water supply, which we'll then place up the top here. You can see that where this is now, we've got this like nice walk around area. This will be removed, and then I want to place that one in there. And oh, actually, is that the way I want to do it? Possibly. Let me remove that one, and that's going to power down the entire base, which is understandable. As soon as we place that back in, it'll be sorted, and then finally pick up that, and then the water supply can go at the back there, so it's right next to the chemicals. And all the liquids in sort of one place. Generator, I'll place at the back. I'll place probably both generators there. Just going to open this up, and we'll go around the back and just place the generator. Just going to check the batteries as well. Batteries are, at the moment, well, we can see that the batteries are going down quite quick, so I'm going to turn on one of the generators, which will probably feed the rest of it. Looks to be not doing much, actually. We're actually still losing power for some reason. That's probably because we've got, obviously, research on the go. We've also got, by the look of it, obviously the water we need, and yeah, there's a laser pen artifact 13. Yeah, we've got oxygen. You can see we have 275 oxygen because of the size of this now. So that's going to mean this is working. So I know the RTG is there. I wonder how much the RTG actually supplies. I don't know. We are generating 30.9 and using 30. Okay, so that's interesting. We're actually using a fair bit. I wonder why that is. Anyway, going to place in water in there to allow us to then build other things around here for farming. Farming, we need a couple of these boxes, the garden patches. So I'm going to make 4 of those, and it requires some rocks, and I think we have those. It'll be in here. Yeah, we have quite a number of those, in fact. Close that up, and then we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, and go back down here. Now, obviously, everything's internal. We don't have any great issue. There's a rainwater collector, so I'm going to get one of those and place it outside. It's not an automated one. And there's also take water off your base's water supply. Let me just pick that up. Pick those up. I think I'll go ahead and place the rainwater collector probably just outside there. That's fine. And as if by magic, pretty much, we have rain coming down. I kid you not, that was not planned. I have not activated some cheat that's allowed me to start doing that. Anyway, we've got conduit and some 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no. Let's not craft all of those. Oh, we're actually very, very hungry. Let's have one of those then. Yes. As I said, I've not activated any sort of cheat, hack, or trainer to sort that out. And there's look at that. So we pick up the water. Well, we would be able to pick up the water if I could get to it. There we go. So it's not automatic. It's simply so I can just come over and place it like that. So that's understandable, I guess. Pick up those rocks like so. We're going to put the rocks back into there because we don't really need them. That's also saying it's full. I'm not going to collect it at the moment because we simply don't need it. But we do need to create conduit and other things. But the problem with that is we really have a lack of storage space in our inventory, really, is what I mean. So we want to make some conduits. I'll make a conduit. I'll make a couple more of these wires, a couple more conduit, and that should be alright then. I think that'll be about what we need. Pick that up, and then yes, we can actually create a greenhouse, but we do need 2 conduit for each greenhouse. So we're going to continue making conduit. So that'll be 4 conduit there. Still need more wire, so continue crafting that. 1, 2. So we need 6 conduit in total because we've already got 1, and that should be fine. We also need the habitat modules, so we'll do that. Let me just crack on with the stuff there. So we now have another one of these, so I'm going to remove that, which should be fine, and then place that in, and allows us every time we pick up one of these, obviously it's going to then allow us to then place down one of the farming blocks, and then just, you know, keep on crafting. Every time this crafts one, we'll just take it out, and then we're just swapping those out, you see. So there we are, and we still have, oh, power off. That's alright, it's in now. Continue crafting all of the metal bits, and then another farming bit, and then, you know what, I think we'll make one more. So conduit, 2 more of those. Job done. And we need more of the boxes, right? So I'm going to remove this, place that there, but I need some more rocks. I've only taken the 1. There we are. Cycle that over, and another grow box. We're actually out of wood of all things, so we'll have a look around. Shouldn't be too far, hopefully, to get these resources. There's one there. We need 6 in total, so there's a couple of logs, and I actually want more than that because realistically we like to have some on standby to power the generators if need be. And I was almost about to, well, almost finished mining that, and my shovel snapped in half. That's a bit of a shame. It's our favourite shovel as well. It's brand new. It's you know, never been thrown away. It's had 6 new heads and 7 new handles. And that is a joke stolen from Only Fools and Horses, I believe. Okay, so we got 7 timber. That's enough for our needs, but let's see if we can get just a couple more. Although in the dark it's quite ominous. I think if there's any sort of criticism to be levelled at the game, you know, in spite of the fact that it's just a sort of fairly cute, light-hearted game about being a cat in space, so, you know, it's not really any sort of tour de force or groundbreaking thing, but it's quite a lonely game. You know, there's no other entity on here other than ourselves, which, you know, is a little bit off-putting at times. So we'll craft this garden patch here, and that should be alright for our needs. I'm going to put those rocks back, and should be 1 more of these greenhouses. Super power offline, shouldn't be a problem when we go in here. So we have not been running Let's place that there. And I might even place that up there as well. Power's gone offline. Let's start to hopefully turn things on. All of this is turned off. Maybe need some more solar as well. We've got the battery storage. We just don't have the solar. Okay. I'm going to open these, and we've got root seeds and seeds. So we're going to we'll pick all of them up because, as you can see, we're now able to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. And this is like our farm now. So we've got good farming. At least better farming than we had previously, which admittedly was none. So, you know, any advancement in that is sort of fine, isn't it? There's some bottled water, which we'll keep on us. Sometimes it's of some benefit to have that. These will be watered automatically by that. So sun is up. Generator's going. Generating 40, but using 39. So we need a lot more solar. We need double our solar. And that's also a leak. This is what happens when you get a bigger base as well. There's more things to break. So having a look at solar then, we do need 2 electronics. And that shouldn't be a big problem, actually. So I'm going to go for 4 electronics, which requires some wire. So I'll just craft loads of wire. So there we go. There's that pretty much sorted. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to set going. There is 4. Let's craft some more. Let's go for 6. Right, so there's 6 electronics. So hopefully solar then. We got an extra 3 solar panels. I mean, that's actually like a lot easier than I thought it would be. Which is interesting. And, oh, look, these are out of water now. So I need to go and get some water for these guys. I'll sort our power situation out first. So we're going to go for... know what I'm going to do? Oh, I didn't mean to actually place that there. I'm going to pick up the RTG. I'm going to pick up all of those. And the solar panels will be there, there, and there. And they'll extend up. Whereas the RTG is more of like a permanent part of our base. I mean, it's all permanent, but I like the idea of it being sort of centralized. That can go there and that can go there. I am going to move this water collector down a little bit. Probably over to here. And there we are. So I'll need to cycle that airlock and then place some water in there. Alright. So we now have the RTG. We have a small battery and a large battery. And we have 4 solar. So that's pretty good. Let's make a shovel, because without that we will be in bother. We'll have some food before anything else, though. And we want to make an improved shovel, because, well, we do. There's also an axe and a leak, apparently. Fix the leak. Leak fixed. And we'll need to start shoveling some of this up. Actually, I don't know if you need a shovel for this. Do you need a shovel for it? Let's try. No, you can just do it by hand, but it's best for us to get a shovel. And you can see there's loads of ice. So, in terms of research then, 10 research points, which is fine for our needs. I'm ideally wanting to get the spacesuit, or maybe an automated rainwater collector, but we'll have to see about that one. Just picking up all of the ice and all of the wood that we find. Some of these are dropping 3, which is nice of it. I mean, I say nice of it as if it's an entity and it's being forgiving, but it doesn't have any real stake in the matter. Go back up the top, and I guess we'll start to craft a lot of water. Not really crafting, melting. And we're assuming the ambient temperature's under 0 by default, because it wouldn't be frozen otherwise, would it? And there's that, and that's growing as well. And all this allows us to create all of the stew that we need. Right, so we have an RTG, we have all of this, and that's pretty good. I think we will leave it there for now. We've managed to explore right around at the start to get some very nice research opportunities. I think we've got about maybe 5 or 6, maybe more. We've got a bigger battery, 3 new solar panels, an RTG, and farming. So overall, very good progress. This is very, very thirsty, though, this thing. But we don't need to use it. Next episode, I think we will go ahead and get some more research points and maybe look at some more automated stuff and maybe even look at more of the vehicles as well. So we'll see, as always, how we get on. I hope you have enjoyed it and I hope it's been a relaxing one for you. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.